Hey guys, this is Trent Dalton. I'm down here in my bunker, my isolation room, and it's so great to step into the isolation room of The Australian, and I'm really honoured to be asked. The guys asked me maybe to do a reading, and thought, why don't I just do a reading from this, my next book. This is a proof copy of All Our Shimmering Skies. It's a book straight from my heart and soul. I can't wait for you to read it. It got pushed back, the release, because of everything, COVID-19. It's coming out on September 29. I can't imagine, hopefully, a kind of a better book that's more of a celebration of resilience and getting through dark times and tough times. This book's the story of a girl named Molly Hook. She's a 12-year-old girl, and she's going through such tough times that she's come to believe she's cursed. And as the bombs drop on Darwin in 1942, World War II, this beautiful kid takes this incredible odyssey into that magical wilderness that's up that way, just on the outskirts of Darwin, and she goes in search of the man she believes has put a curse on her. Along the way, she's aided by this razor-tongued, beautiful actress named Greta, and this incredibly soulful and kind of mysterious fallen Japanese World War II fighter pilot named Yukio. And it's a story of gifts that fall from the sky, that beautiful thing up there. It's about curses we dig from the earth, and it's about the secrets we bury inside ourselves. And it's my absolute love letter to Australia, and I can't wait for you to read it. But in the meantime, I thought maybe I could do you a little reading. Now, this little bit, it's just it's a random bit. Early in the book, so I'm not giving too much away, but it just finds our hero Molly. She's being raised in a graveyard, and she's with her mum, and she's about to be told kind of the news that's going to change her life and kind of set forth the great quest she's about to go on. Will you promise me something, Molly? Yes. Promise me you'll read all the poetry books on the shelf by the front door. I promise, Mum. Will you promise me something else, Molly? Yes, Mum. Promise me you'll make your life graceful. Promise me you'll make your life grand and beautiful and poetic, and where it's not poetic, you'll write it so. You write it, Molly, you understand? Promise me your epitaph won't be ugly like this one. And if someone else writes your epitaph, don't make them struggle to write it. You must live a life so full that your epitaph will write itself, you understand? Will you promise me that, Molly? I promise, Mum. Molly wobbles her knees. Molly is restless, just because she wants to and just because she can. Molly drops Bird on the dirt and executes a cartwheel beside her grandfather's grave, and her yard dress falls down over her face, and she's blinded, and she can't stick the cartwheel's landing, stumbling and falling into the dirt in a mess of arms and legs. You are not graceful, Molly, Violet says. Those poetry books will teach you how to be graceful. Molly brushes her floppy hair from her eyes and smiles. Violet directs the gravedigger girl back to her side with a sharply pointed forefinger. Molly picks up Bert, the shovel, that's her favourite shovel, and resumes her place 2 feet from her mother's hip. Be quiet now, Violet says. The stillness of this cemetery, this sun-baked dead collective, dry season Darwin, and every tree in the cemetery wants to burn. Darwin's stringy bark eucalyptus trees leaning over graves so old their owners can't be identified. Woolly butt trees and their falling and dead orange-red flowers circling each trunk like fire circles, planted in gravelly soil for 50 years, growing as high as the shops on the Darwin Esplanade. Wild weeds and grasses creeping over memorials to carpenters, farmers, criminals, soldiers and mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters. Kin. The earth is swallowing up Hollywood Cemetery. The dirt below it has eaten the dead, and now it chews on the evidence of their living. Molly breaks the silence. Molly always breaks the silence. Is my grandfather down there? Molly asks. Violet takes a moment to answer. Some of him is down there, Violet says. Where's the rest of him? Violet looks up at that blue sky that the bull ants haven't noticed yet. Up there. Molly flips her head back and takes in the sky, her eyes squinting in the Darwin sun at full height. The best of him is up there, Violet says. Molly readjusts her footing, shifts her right foot back, never turns away from the sky. There's a single dry season cumulus cloud on the left side of Molly's sky, a fluffy and heaped floating metropolis of warm air rising that looks to Molly like the foam that forms when Bert Green down at the lolly shop drops a scoop of ice cream into a tall glass of sarsaparilla. Everything to the right of that cloud is blue. Violet Hook follows her daughter's gaze to the sky, and she stares up there for almost half a minute, and then she turns back to stare at something equally expansive. Her daughter's face. Dirt across her left cheek. A blotch of breakfast egg yolk hardened at the left corner of her lips. Molly's eyes always on that sky. What is this place, Molly? This place is hard, Mum. What is rock, Molly? Rock is hard, Mum. What is your heart, Molly? My heart is hard, Mum. How hard is it? Hard as rock, Molly says. Eyes on the sky. So hard it can't be broken. Violet nods. Violet breathes deep. A long silence now. Then only 4 simple words. I'm going away, Molly, Violet says. And maybe I'll leave it there. What happens from there is a really, really hopefully beautiful quest and a hopefully beautiful story that you might get a kick out of. It's out in September 29, and it's born of everything that I've kind of ever done on this newspaper, in fact, as a journo. So I want to thank every reader of The Australian for everything you've ever kind of encouraged me with, told me about, sent me in a little letter about a magazine piece or whatever it might have been, because it all leads to something like this. And so you're a part of it. And I hope you're going okay in your own little isolation room. And we'll just keep on writing stuff, and I'll keep on writing stuff. And please check out my Tales from the Bunker and the Weekend Ozmag. And I just hope you and your families are just getting through this okay. We're going to get through it, and we're doing so well. And I'm so proud of Australians at the way we've responded. It's just epic, and I think it will go down for the ages as one of our finest hours that lasted months. But well done, Australia. Thanks for listening. Thanks for indulging me. You're the best. All the best in your isolation room.